Right, now let's move to the second and last section in this revision sheet. Mark the following statements true or false and correct the wrong statements. Okay. This one is the first question over here. New trees will give us more traffic calming. As we explained in the class, if you guys remember, assume that you live on a very active road or main road, you will have a higher level of noise than those who live inside a farm, or who live in the countryside, or sub streets, not main streets. Okay. For example, if you built a house on the road, and so many cars are crossing in front of your house, like hundreds of cars will be moving around, and that movement of the cars will make noise, and that noise will reach your house easily because you are living on the main road, right? So by having new trees in front of your house will decrease the level of the noise that reaching your house. Means that traffic calming can be done by having new trees. Okay. This is the second point here. Street lights at the bus station is one of the pedestrianization improvements. Pedestrianization improvement means pedestrianization is the places where you do the shoppings at. For example, if you are doing shopping in Siahia and or Highlanders or Nofliin or Jaraba or Janzur or wherever you do your shopping at, is the street or streets that having different shops and stores, and you are working to do this shopping at. So that street couldn't be that plain. Okay, you need to have like facilities in it. You need to have light, you need to have for example trash bins and other pedestrianization improvement you can find in the book or the notebook as well. We had homework questions about it. So street lights at the bus station is one of the pedestrianization improvement, which is wrong. False. Why? Because bus station is one of the park and ride improvement. Okay, it's not pedestrianization, it's park and ride. Third point is soft tarmac. Soft tarmac is where kids can play and fall on the ground without being hurt. For example, if you've been to Selfium or other playing centers, they will have soft tarmac on the floor, so it allows you to fall without being hurt, because you're playing, jumping and running. Sometimes you may fall on the floor, right? So that might be a bit dangerous for you. But by having soft tarmac on the playground, it won't be that dangerous for you. Soft tarmac is an improvement at play area. Sorry, it's R. We have a missing A here. So soft tarmac is an improvement at play area, which is true. Okay, number 4, litter bins at parking areas are stations. Litter bins at parking areas and stations are not important. So where people can throw, their the garbage, or where can people do littering? If you are drinking a Pepsi can, for example, and you finished it and you're still waiting for the pass, or you are going to ride your car at the parking area, where will you throw that Pepsi can? So it's false. They are very important. Okay. Number 5. Seats, lights, signs, and telephone books are all street furniture. When it comes to comparing between A and B towns or streets, you can have four features to compare between two towns. One of them is street furniture. So if you read number 5 here, you will see seats and lights, signs and telephone books. All of them are street furniture, which is true. Number 6, appearance can be based on overhead wires and advertisements in the street. For example, if you're walking in some street and you saw wires overhead, like the wires between houses, or the wires overhead between different buildings, and electricity stations, that will make the appearance of the street different from other street, right? So that is one of the street appearance. Advertisement or billboards around the streets is one of the appearance features that you may notice in some streets. I'm sure that some of you have noticed that, right? Okay. Number 7. Buildings can be based on walls, paintwork and gutters. Yeah, that's true. Buildings. If you want to compare between town A and town B from the building section, you can find the walls of the buildings, paintwork of the buildings, and also the gutters of the buildings. Okay. Buildings have gutters in the backyard and so on. So you may compare between both of them. If those the gutters of the houses are already there or not, the paintwork of the buildings is better than the other one. The walls of the buildings, are they painted, or are they in a good condition or not? That's how you compare between two buildings. Number 8, pollution of a town can be based on litter, fumes, and oil stains. Okay, if you are comparing between Tripoli and, for example, Benghazi, when it comes to pollution, look at the littering. Do people litter in the street, or they have litter pans? Do people have a huge amount of fumes in the air? Can you normally have safe breathing in the street or not? Oil stains in the streets, is it a common thing or not? So that makes sense, right? So fumes, oil stains, and also litters can be pollution based when it comes to comparing between two towns. Number 9, listed buildings are not important to people and governments. So why do we protect them? You know, if you want to protect your house, it means that your house is important for you, right? So if your house is important to you, so it means that listed buildings are important to the governments. Why? Because they protect it. They want to keep it. They don't want anybody to change it. They don't want anybody to destroy it. They don't want anybody to paint it, nor even to to change the special design or the history meanings that those buildings have. Number 10, let's move to number 10. Some buildings are important to save them because of their history and special design. I'm sure that you guys totally agree, because that was the question that we already solved here. Why do we save some buildings? Because they are important for their history and or their interesting design. By reaching this point, we just covered the three main units for the second term, and you will be ready for your final exam if you studied these questions perfectly. I hope that you guys already got the idea of the questions and you understood all the explained questions. In the end of this video, I would love to show you this box.